Good evening, I'm Maciej Mikos and this is Ukraine Brief on TVP World, where we bring you the latest news from Ukraine. Today marks the 1,289th day since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Russia continued its missile and drone attacks across Ukraine on September 4th, targeting civilian infrastructure in the Donetsk, Kherson, Kharkiv, Zaporizhzhia and Odesa regions, killing at least 14 people and wounding many others. Ukraine's mobile air defense units intercepted 84 drones, while 28 strikes hit 17 locations. According to Donetsk Governor Vadim Filashkin, Russian forces hit settlements in the Donetsk region more than 30 times over the past 24 hours. The attacks caused significant damage across Kramatorsk and Bakhmut districts, killing at least 11 people, wounding dozens more and destroying homes, shops and public buildings. 314 civilians, including 72 children, were evacuated from the front line. In the Kherson region, 2 civilians were killed and 2 others wounded as residential areas and critical infrastructure came under fire, Governor Prokudin has reported. In the Kharkiv region, Russian strikes killed 1 and wounded 6, with Kharkiv and 11 surrounding settlements targeted, according to Governor Oleg Chernihiv. In the Chernihiv district, a missile hit a private yard, setting a house and cars on fire and lightly wounding 5 civilians. In Zaporizhzhia, Russian forces shelled the city, wounding 4 people. The strikes hit a cafe and a shop. In Odesa, Russian forces struck the city with a drone, sparking a fire at a warehouse and damaging a truck, but no casualties were reported. Poland's army says 2 drones crossed into Polish airspace last night, but they posed no threat and were not intercepted. General Wiesław Kukuła, chief of the General Staff of the Polish Armed Forces, said the drones left Polish airspace without causing any damage. The military gave no details as to where they flew from.
We had 2 airspace violations. These 2 violations were under the full control of national forces and units assigned to the state defense system.
A Russian ballistic missile struck a humanitarian demining mission near the northern Ukrainian city of Chernihiv, killing 2 people and wounding 3 others. Earlier, Ukraine's Air Force had warned of a ballistic missile threat from the north. Soon after, the explosions rocked the outskirts of Chernihiv. Regional military administration official Dmytro Brzezinski reported on Thursday, around 3 p.m. local time, that a Russian missile had hit the ground by one of the city's checkpoints near the village of Novoselivka, killing 1 and wounding 2 people. Later in the day, Brzezinski provided an update, saying that 2 people have been killed and 3 other wounded. 26 countries have committed to participating in a reassurance mission for Ukraine, whether on land, at sea or in the air, the French president said at a coalition of the willing meeting in Paris. He added that American support for security guarantees for Ukraine would be finalized in the coming days. Poland is represented at the summit by Prime Minister Donald Tusk, who declared that it will not send any troops to Ukraine and instead act as a logistical hub for all incoming aid and troops.
Following a high-level call that included U.S. President Donald Trump, French President Emmanuel Macron said U.S. support for Ukraine's security guarantees is set to be finalized in the coming days. Macron also said 26 countries have committed to a reassurance force for Ukraine. While Poland is still hesitant to send any of its troops to Ukraine as part of the reassurance force, it has found an equally important role for itself, according to the country's Prime Minister Donald Tusk.
We are responsible for logistics. It's well known that Poland is home to the biggest hub of aid to Ukraine. This is a sufficient enough task, if not one of exceptional importance. And of course, everyone accepts that this is Poland's role in helping Ukraine.
The talks are part of a broader summit of the Coalition of the Willing, nations prepared to back Ukraine in case of a ceasefire. President Volodymyr Zelensky and Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk were among the attendees. The coalition aims to define long-term military support for Ukraine to deter future Russian aggression. However, progress has somewhat stalled. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte backs deploying NATO peacekeepers to Ukraine, stressing that Russia has no say in the decision.
And that's all from Ukraine for now. Thank you for watching and stay with us for more here on TVP World and tvpworld.com.